Hi everyone, Raja here. So in this video, we are going to see about a trade that we took in USDJPY. Actually, two trades in USDJPY. So one was taken in weekly time frame and another one was taken in daily time frame. So in our previous videos, I have mentioned about a 25K account which has been bought with a swap free feature. So yeah, in previous videos itself, I might have mentioned that nowadays we are focusing more on higher time frame entries, precisely about uh, more than 4 hour time frames. So yeah, ideally we'll be focusing on 4 hour daily and weekly time frame entries. So weekly time frame entries, those entries will occur once in 2 months, or if you are really lucky, then it may happen once in a month. But if you're positioning yourself in a weekly time frame, then you can easily capture the entire monthly move. Weekly time frame is nothing but a monthly expansion towards a um, DOL, long-term DOL. So in that case, since if we need to position ourselves in respect with the weekly time frame, then we need to hold it for more than a week or month. Even in worst case, it can extend up to months. So in that case, we cannot hold a position over a month of period. So yeah, in that case, we'll be targeted swap, and that's why we focused on. So we purchased the swap free accounts, and that is why we were focusing more on higher time frame entries. And yeah, in our previous entries, we could have seen about SL hits in AUD news, AUD trades and the newsy trades. And yeah, the strategy is unchanged. We are still following the same strategy, and we implemented the same logic in USDJPY pair. And yeah, let's get into the video. So here, if you are seeing it here, prices neatly coming into an weekly DOL in a more aggressive manner. Here, if you're seeing it somewhat closely, you can see that this is the first FEG which has got confirmed our bullish momentum. And after that, every bullish PDRA is being respected. And here you can see the current PDRA or key level for our entry position is this weekly OB. This weekly OB is formed from this weekly OB. So if you keep on tracking or mapping the liquidity from the start of its momentum, then you can easily locate the current key level for the next up move. So here, if you're seeing that, we planned our long entry here from this weekly bullish OB. Okay, so while we were analyzing, we confirmed that this is an A plus bullish OB because this previous candle engulfed this black candle even above the week. So yeah, as per our experience or understanding, we used to plan our long entry from this 50% level of the upper wick. So ideally, as per our OB strategy, this entire range is our weekly OB. But to take a sniper entry or to take a precise entry, what we used to do is we will plan to take a long, or we plan to take a limit order from this 50% wick of the OB if the wick is somewhat larger than the body. But in this case, what we noticed is price has already tapped in this upper wick and it was showing some kind of momentum, upward momentum. So that was confirmed through daily time frame. So here, if you are seeing this somewhat closer, see this large upside momentum in daily time frame. So this gives us somewhat suspicion that okay, price has already neatly rejected this weekly bullish OB from the wick itself. So it may not be a wise move to place a limit order in that 50% wick of the range. So what we planned is as soon as we confirmed this upward momentum, what we did is okay, this useless or pointless to wait by placing a limit order at this point, and target anyhow the target is same, the DOL is same, which is nothing but the weekly bearish OB or higher time frame swing highs. But the only differentiating factor is this uh, immediate wait yeah immediate spring of action which we did here. So what we did was actually we noticed this somewhat in a later way. So while we were noticing this, price has already moved somewhat in this way. So what we did was okay, better we can place a limit order not at the weekly. Price was somewhat here, yeah, it was somewhat here. So what we did was okay, let's keep a limit order here, and if it get triggered means fine, or else we'll plan for some other entries in the upcoming days. That is how we plan. But luckily we got uh, into the trade, and it got triggered in this weekly bullish OB, and from then onwards it was a nice rally upward. You can see it here. So yeah, we I guess we positioned ourselves here. We entered with a market order actually. We didn't place limit order. We entered with a market order because price has respected this, and this solid candle showed some kind of momentum. So that's why we entered with a market order, and we kept our SL actually not at the weekly swing low. So not at the previous week low. We actually kept our SL in this daily candles body low. So if we are keeping our SL to this swing low means it will be somewhat larger. We were not getting at least 1:1.5. So that's why we strategically planned that okay, this opening price level should be protected. Why? Because we could see a daily FEG is being emerged from this swing low. So ideally, if price is reversing all the way down means if price reached this price level means then eventually it should also reach this swing low. So it will be highly unlikely if you are placing our SL here. So why to waste good quality RR trade? So that's why what we did was like we just entered in a market order here and we place our SL here, and this is a weekly trade. So we entered with the weekly position with market order here, and we targeted till this weekly bearish OB. If you're going all the way to the left, then you can see this is an A plus Virgin weekly bearish OB, because you can see this is the weekly FEG. After tapping this weekly FEG, we can see this engulfing and a massive dump occurred after tapping into this weekly FEG. So ideally, price will react from this weekly bearish OB. But currently, it may look like it is poking deeper inside this weekly bearish OB. But anyhow, uh, maybe by today evening or by next week, we can see some kind of reaction from this weekly bearish OB. But still, that is a guess or probability, nothing in our hands. It is just a, uh, what can I say, expectation. That is what we can do from our end. So yeah, so this is the first trade. It got TP hit. So as soon as this first trade got completed, I'm just editing this now. You can see after tapping this weekly bullish OB, this is weekly bullish OB, right? After tapping this weekly bullish OB, this is our daily OB. Can you see it here? Yeah. So ideally, we should be considering this entire upland as a weekly bullish OB. But yeah, in the previous video itself, sorry, in the previous 5 minutes before, I might have mentioned about the upper wick pattern, where if the wick length is somewhat higher than that of the body's range, then instead of considering this entire candle as OB, so instead of placing a limit order in this wicks high, we rather try to position ourselves in this upper wicks to 50% level. So yeah, as per the textbook example or as per our understanding, this entire thing is our daily bullish OB. There is no change in that. That is completely acceptable. For safer entries, you can consider taking your entry from this upper wick itself. But to take a precise entry or to capture the neck of the move or something like a sniper entry, better we need to incorporate this somewhat hidden sauce. Actually, I'm revealing a sauce here in this video. So even if you are going into your own backtesting sessions, or if you are observing any daily bullish OB or OB, generally if I'm considering about OBs, just make a note of this particular phenomenon where you can observe prices neatly rejecting. Price may not touch this OB's body itself. Some people will be too conservative and they will be placing their limit orders in this body. But what happened here? See, price hadn't even touched this bullish OB bodies, and it neatly rejected from this upper range of this wick. So if you're taking a limit order by taking from this upper wick itself means it is like a more safer kind of entry. But if you are taking a if you're placing a limit order in this body's open means it will be like too stringent, too conservative kind of entry. So to be in a balanced way of approaching the market, we just observe this kind of phenomena and we just strategically place a limit order here, and yeah, as expected price got triggered this as well, and it was a clean TP, zero float TP, and I can show you that exact entries. Yeah, so we placed our limit order here, and this time we didn't place our SL to this swing low because ideally this is our daily bullish OB, which is an A plus OB, because you can see price has taken a dip from this daily bullish OB and it has engulfed in a more aggressive manner. So ideally, this low should be protected. So it is not a suitable way or a good way to place our SL all the way down here, because if you're placing your SL here, still your SL will be safe. I'm not telling anything wrong about that, but you will be losing your opportunity cost, because this is how you need to think out of the box. So that's come with experience, no problem. But if you're placing a SL here, means yeah, this will be a daily entry. Again, it will be fetching you just 1:1. But since we got understanding that this low should be a protected one, we booked around 1:1.9 trade in this Henry. So yeah, these are the two trades which we took in the Usdjpy, and it was a nice trade. And I will show you the real stats as well. Yeah. So these are the two trades that we took in Usdjpy. So the first one is like a weekly trade, which is around $261. Second trade is a daily trade, which is the one which you just saw now. This is 363. So totally we booked around $620 from this trade. So yeah, it's a nice trade. So totally we booked around in the first trade around 1:1, and second trade it's around 1.9. So around 2.9 R from the single trade, from this single move of USDJPY. So this is how we need to make use of these kind of gold opportunities. We should not be like idle and sitting by taking just weekly entry, just viewing or just spectating this massive move. We need to be more witty or shrewd enough to make use of this kind of moves. Still, we are learning and we are just moving somewhat in lower time frame. Lower time frame is not more deeper one, just in 4 hour time frame. In 4 hour, as of now, we are capitalizing the weekly and the daily moves, and still we are going to implement the same kind of logic in a 4 hour as well. But still, we are backtesting and we are learning how to capture in a more efficient and safer way. So yeah, guys, that's all for this video, and thank you. I'll meet you in some other video.